1 year on, Scot aid in action. To survive a misery of more than a year, people in the Gaza Strip needed different kinds of aid projects that Scot Aid generously provided. Since the beginning of the crisis in October 2023 until now in December 2024, people were enforced to evacuate and to live under harsh conditions in crowded camps in the middle and southern districts of the Strip after losing their houses, belongings, and even their family members. In the southern part of the Strip, we delivered food parcels of basic food items for internally displaced people, IDP, and affected families living in poorly equipped tents, enduring all kinds of harsh conditions, especially famine that has been raging for long months so far. Food parcels were also distributed among displacement camps in the holy month of Ramadan, in which such aid is needed more. Vegetable baskets were also delivered to affected families in the south of Gaza of vegetables that were bought from the local market to support the resilience of Palestinian farmers in the Gaza Strip. Vegetable baskets were also provided to the families in Ramadan to let them cook proper sahur and iftar meals. Throughout this year, cash aid was distributed for the most needy families to support them, and most particularly during Ramadan and Eid festivals, cash aid and zakat al-fitr was handed to many families to let them buy their basic needs in these holidays. Even though the IDP were already displaced from the north to the south at the beginning of this crisis, they were evacuated many times throughout the last year. So, Scot Aid were also there to provide them with hot meals at those critical times. Hot iftar meals were also distributed in the displacement camps daily in the holy month of Ramadan. Clean drinking water was mostly needed for the crowded camps of the middle and south of Gaza to reduce the danger of pollution and diseases related to it. So, water tanks were provided on a regular basis. Crutches, walkers, and other medical items were provided to injured people in the hospitals as well. Due to their unavailability in the local market, Scot Aid managed to bring in special types of infants' formula and diapers and provided them to infants and kids suffering from malnutrition. Dates were also brought in specially for the families in Gaza. To bring joy and happiness for kids in Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, kids of affected families were taken to local shops to choose their Eid clothes. A group of activists were brought to their camps as a psychological support to decrease the trauma and pain these kids suffered from and to draw smiles on their faces during the happy festivals. As winter started, heavy winter blankets were also distributed to the IDP families to keep them warm this winter in their thin and cold tents. In the northern part of the Gaza Strip, similar projects were implemented based on people's urgent needs, as the harsh conditions in the north are not too far from those in the south. Due to the constant closure of crossings, famine spread, and food items were not available for thousands of families. So, food parcels of the most needed and basic food items were distributed to reduce the danger of malnutrition among children there. Similarly, nutritional vegetable baskets were also distributed. As canned food is the only available source of food for people in Gaza, hot meals were distributed to let families eat proper meals instead of the unhealthy canned food. Corned mutton of your Qurbani was also delivered to people who were deprived from meat for so long. In winter, heavy blankets and winter clothes for women and kids were distributed to families who lost their houses and lived in shelters that do not bring them any warmth during the cold days of winter. For women in particular, special kits of their most needed items, along with prayer dresses, were delivered to them to meet up with their special needs in these harsh times. Whether in the north or the south of the Gaza Strip, Scot Aid interventions were of a great importance for all distressed families in all parts of the Gaza Strip. Your mostly appreciated donations made it possible for us to help people here throughout the whole year. For the next year of 2025, your generous donations and support will let us continue this long journey until the crisis is over and the situation in Gaza becomes better, inshallah. Thank you so much, and may Allah accept your donations and reward you with His blessings and forgiveness and shower you with His mercy. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.